September, October, every year, the most common question is which training to start with, because it's interesting, but somehow, even when we are grown up, we feel that we need to learn something new in September. So the trainings, you need to really focus on one goal, especially if you would like to learn Colourpuncture and you start totally from scratch. So you don't have the set, you didn't have any training, so you need to invest into the set, you need to invest in some training, and you really need to be absolutely sure that this is the best investment of your money, of your time, and of your energy. So this is why beginning with the end of mind is really important when you start, because depending on how you start, it can either give you a further impetus to carry on, because you will discover all the beauty of Colourpuncture, or you will, for example, invest in set, you learn a lot, and then you discover that this is too much. And I know people, they finish the entire professional training and they didn't pay enough attention to how to use Colourpuncture for themselves. They didn't probably have a chance to use it a lot in their clinic, although I need to highlight that Colourpuncture starts with yourself. Colourpuncture really starts at home with you switching on your Kotlar and doing something for yourself. Only after that you can offer something to your patients, because Colourpuncture is such a beautiful system. So you need to discover this beauty yourself in order to describe what it does, because Colourpuncture is a relatively new technique, so you will need to explain to people what Colourpuncture does. And the best way is to experience, because what you experience yourself, you're going to share. And what I also find treatment-wise and teaching-wise, that treatments we practice on the training, because there is such a lot of such ocean of treatments in Colourpuncture, we cannot have practice of all of them on the training. We only practice fraction of treatment on the training just because of time, because there is a beautiful theory to learn and so on. So students tend to use those treatments. This is another reason why I'm doing Q&As, because I want to really give you ideas of in which situation use the rest of the treatments that you know. Every treatment you learn, you need to put in practice, preferably on yourself, unless this is something that is hard to reach. For example, there are some beautiful treatments on your spine. I would say that 90% of Colourpuncture treatments are in totally accessible body areas. So first of all, you need to see how much time you can realistically dedicate to learning your Colourpuncture. So if you have a lot of time, you can go for professional training, or for one of the training for therapies, for example, reflexology for therapies. We have iridology training, which is called ophthalmic genetic therapies. It's basically based on iridology projections on the forehead. We have auricular Colourpuncture training based on auricular acupuncture and so on. So we have different trainings. And we also have short workshops. And if you're a therapist, then you might think that you better learn something more advanced. However, the beauty of short workshops is that they take very little time to learn. And obviously, there are a restricted amount of treatment and the amazing value for money. So if you really don't have enough time, and I would stress time over money, because even so, you feel that Colourpuncture set, obviously, it's investment, training is investment. Believe me, after all those years, I understand that the value of Colourpuncture set is so much, because this is something that is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. You're going to use it every day or close to it, even for a couple of minutes. Your children can inherit it, or your friends. It's not about cost, it's about your energy. So the question to ask yourself, in this moment of time, first of all, how much time and energy I am prepared to dedicate to studying and practicing Colourpuncture? If this is very, very little, then the best way to start, even if you are a therapist, would be with one of our short workshops. However, if you are a therapist, then obviously the easiest way for you would be to just add Colourpuncture to something that you're already doing.